Hey everyone, here, Christy here, filming from the ceiling down. I just wanted to give you an idea of what you'll need for this practice. This will be a shoulder opening foam roll use practice. We're not rolling the shoulders out. We're going to use our foam roller to help open up our chest and our shoulders. So you can either have one nice long foam roller, or if you only have a short foam roller, I would suggest having the short foam roller and then a block for your head and a block for your tail. That's going to keep you fairly even plane from top to bottom. If you don't have blocks, you could use books, you could use cushions, and stack things up so that you're relatively lifted off the floor. I'm going to put these pieces away and then we'll get started. So you'll align your foam roller down the center of your mat. You'll sit onto the base and go ahead and roll all the way along so that the head is at neutral and the arms are nice and wide. Now you're going to want enough room when you set this up that your arms can go full radius around from the top of your head down towards your feet and your hips. Now I'm going to keep my feet flat, and I do suggest this a little wider than hip distance, and letting your knees fall in towards center. Let your head come into a neutral place. Maybe give it a little side to side swing just so you relax the neck muscles. You're going to feel the heads of the arm bones roll on either side of your foam roller. Now to get started, we're going to take the hands, seal up the fingers, reach up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, a sighing breath out. Pull your upper arm bones away from the roller, so you're reaching towards the ceiling, and then let them drop with gravity on either side. And then drop, drop, drop. So you're lifting away, dropping back towards the earth. Keep the elbows as straight as you can. Keep your fingers nice and sealed up. And you'll do about 10 or 20 of these up, down, up, down. What we're getting into is the Golgi tendons at the back of the scapula, underneath the back of the shoulder and the shoulder blade. When you've done about 10 or 20 of those, you're going to pause, and then you're going to alternate one hand up, drop, other hand up, drop. We call these machine gun arms, so you're sort of boom, boom, boom from one side to the other. Try not to pull the arm back, but let it fall with gravity. And you might feel little clunks in behind the shoulder. I know I do. Bit of knots that's built up over time. We're just trying to loose up some of this tissue. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Then you'll pause and you'll take the hands one up and one down. So right arm goes up, left arm comes down. Going as far as you can, maybe touching the floor with your right thumb, left pinky finger, then up to center and to the other side. Then up through center and to the other side. And you're just moving really consciously along this meridian, the center line, opening up the front and the back of the shoulder. You can close your eyes if that feels good. Notice the quality of your breath. Next time your right arm goes up, left arm comes down, pause. You'll spin your palms so they face the ceiling. Relax the elbows, and you'll helicopter your arms around, keeping the wrists and the hands on the floor, and then back up to center. Pass through center and do that again. Right arm up, left arm down, then they sweep around and come back to center. Do that 3 more times. This should start to feel really good into the neck and the shoulder and these muscles that interconnect your upper scapula, a connection from the base of the skull to the back of the shoulders and also the front of the chest. Do one more here. When we come back to home base, straight up, we're going to reverse. You're going to go left arm back, right arm forward, sweep it around, and back to center. And again, inhale, exhale. Try not to be rigid here. Let there be water quality in your joints as you roll through. You might feel the clicks and clacks as the tendons, the ligaments, the muscles, the bones are all moving to find some space. We got about 2 more here. Once you get this little routine down, you can do as many as feels good. And that way you are starting to target these. Some areas will be more troublesome than others. You'll pause at the top. Where we pause at the top, we're going to take the fingertips now and catch the tops of the shoulders. And you're just going to hold on to the tops, the caps of the shoulders, and bring your elbows towards center. If they touch, great. If they don't, just bring them towards each other. Point your elbows up like you're drawing big circles on the ceiling, out to the left and right, and then down and back up. Just a couple times. Again, this might feel really good. There might be little articulations on either side of the foam roller. The purpose of the foam roller is really just to give us some lift away from the ground so that our shoulder has more room to move, and we're using gravity to our benefit here. Let's do one more. And when you come wide, I want you to pause, elbows wide. Elbows touch down to the floor, and wherever they do, you might have to bring the elbows in closer. They might stay a little further out. Now the arms look like a W shape. The backs of the wrists are on the floor. If the elbows are hovering, it's okay, as long as it feels okay. We'll just do little windshield wiper hands here. So I want your wrists and your palms to stay on the floor, and you're bending at the elbow crease. You're pulling in, pressing out. Pulling in, pressing out. These smaller movements can sometimes be the biggest releases for the little muscles underneath the shoulder blade. Giving that little bit of massage as the foam roller is pressing into that space. Now we're going to pause and keep your elbows where they are as best you can, and flip the hands over so the palms come down by the hips. This is creating an internal rotation for the head of the arm bone. If you can touch fingertips, touch palms, bring the forearms to the floor. You can do little puppet arms in towards the hips, out away from the hips. Keep the elbows as best you can in the same position, in and out. If ever any of these movements aren't feeling good, just make a minor adjustment, see if you can create some space. Otherwise, skip it and move on to the next. Okay, a little internal rotation here. And then we'll pause, flip the palms open, and do 2 waves open, and then flip over, and 2 waves, little puppet hands. Flip over, 2 waves with the backs of the hands, windshield wipers. Then 2 waves, palms down, opening up the shoulder girdle. Let's do one more of each. Open, W shape. Closed, little puppet arms. As you come back to open, rest for a moment, let it all go. Now we're going to bring the hands back together in front of the chest. So gradually pick up the arms, bring the palms together, bring the elbows together if you can. Your hands can touch the face or pull away from the forehead. And you're going to reach back behind you with your fingertips as far as you can. Your elbows might start to peel away from center. Try to touch the floor and then let the elbows peel like a banana, opening up, and the peel coming down wide by the sides. And then you'll pull the arms back up, go through center line, fingertips to the floor, elbows wide, open up the chest. Do about 3 more here. Big breath in, reach back. Big breath out as you slide the arms down by your sides. If you lose track of your count, as I often do, we'll do one more here. And you'll pause. Now in this pause, you'll take the arms out to the left and right, straight out, like a T shape, but soften at the elbows. You're going to flip your palms over. Let the elbows stay as close to the floor as you can. And you flip the palms over, pull your fingertips towards the ceiling. Now push away from center and then bend the elbows again so the elbows are coming towards the floor. Pull the fingertips towards the ceiling. Keep that kink in your wrist. You might look, make sure. Keep the head at center. And then you'll bring your right hand. Actually, let's do both hands together to start. Bend at the elbows. Keep the hands in that kink position and bring the hands towards the chest. Elbows stay on the floor and then push away. So an inhale to pull in. And an exhale to push away. Notice the quality of your breath. This will really enhance your stretch from the inside out. Keep the hands in that kinked position. This is a little bit of nerve flossing now for the front of the shoulders. You might feel a little tingling in the pinky finger, ring finger side of the hand. If it gets to be too much, just relax in between. So 2 more. Then you'll pause, relax for a moment, flip the wrists, just give that a little bit of a shake out, a little cleanse out of your wrists. And then we're going to come back into that same position, palms down. You do one arm at a time. So pull both sets of fingers to the sky. Pull your right hand in towards your right shoulder. Now you'll pause here, turn your chin away towards the left and look at your left hand in that position. Then turn the head back to center. Push the arm away. Right hand again. Inhale, pull in. Turn the head towards the left. Exhale, chin back through center, arm presses away. One more. Pull in. Turn. Exhale, press away. Relax if you need in between. It can be pretty intense. Pull the wrists up. We'll go to the other side. Bend the left elbow. Look to your right. Make sure the fingers are pulling up towards the sky, chin to center, press away. Inhale, pull the fingers in, active in that hand and the wrist. Turn your head to the right, back to center. Try not to let the head roll off the side of the foam roller. You almost have to pick it up and turn the head so you keep the spine on axis. And then away. Let's relax from there. Take a deep breath in and a sigh. Now, if this feels really good, stay here for a little longer. It's just going to help open up the front of that chest. But to finish, we're going to come off the roll. I'm going to roll to the left. You can roll to either side, but roll off so that when you come back, you're coming back onto your back flat. And that's just bringing us back down into neutral position. The feet are still flat, the knees come in. Now the head, the shoulders, the hips are all at the same height as the feet now as well. Now you'll take your arms out again, flip the palms over. Now this time the whole arm might touch the floor as you stretch out. Pull your fingertips to the sky. You'll be as in line as you can, wrists as high as your shoulders, and then both hands in and press away. You might find this a little less intense than the previous variation, and this is a good thing because when we're lifted, we're accentuating that passageway that the nerve needs to glide through. It might have a similar sensation, but not quite as intense. A couple more. And pause, relax for a moment. Keep everything in alignment, flip the palms, both hands pull up. We'll go right side first again. Right hand comes in, head turns to the left. Back to center, press away. Right hand comes in, turn, exhale, press away. One more. Other side, if you need to relax from it and in between, give the hands a little shake out, pull up. Left hand comes in, head pivots to the right, and back to center, push away. Notice when I turn the head, I'm not just letting the head fall to the side. I'm purposefully picking it up, pivoting, and then back to center. One more, last one. Ooh, relax the arms, bring them in by your sides. If you want to pull the knees in, give that lower back a little massage. Relax here, shake out the wrists. It'll be very intense for the joints. Take a rest on your back for a minute. And do this every other day or once a week to start, and then start to do it more frequently, and you'll really start to feel the rewards in your body. That opening up of the top of the shoulder, the front of the chest. And we're sitting at computers all the time, slouched forward. This can feel pretty intense. So take your time. If you don't have a full-length foam roller, you can also roll up a yoga mat and put it underneath your spine. It'll be a little softer, but if you're just starting out, that's a great way to do it as well. And again, remember the head, the heart, and the hips are all at the same height when we do this work to relieve any tension in your low back, feet flat, knees together. Hope you have an amazing day.